Long ago, there was a hunter named Tràng who lived near the edge of the forest. One day, when he returned from hunting, he was terrified to see two bright green serpents moving quickly through the grass to the shrine. But when he saw them raise their heads to listen to the soothing chants coming from a nearby temple, he thought, they are surely harmless. Maybe they are even sacred serpents. When passing the shrine one morning, he heard loud rustling and rolling in the grass. Then he saw a big cobra, jaws open, attacking the serpents. He raised his bow and shot the cobra to save the serpents. When the arrow struck him, the cobra hissed horribly and slithered away as the male serpent chased it down the hill. The female serpent was badly wounded and soon died. Tràng buried her respectfully under the shrine. That night, Tràng couldn't sleep, thinking of the poor serpent. Suddenly he heard a loud hiss on the roof of his house. He looked up to see the male serpent coiling around a wooden beam. "I am the serpent, genie," he whispered. "I come in gratitude to you for saving my life and burying my wife." From his mouth dropped a shiny pearl on Da Nong's bed. "Hold this pearl in your mouth to listen to our animal language, serpent," Genie hissed as he slithered away. The next morning, Tràng left home early with the magic pearl in his mouth. As soon as he entered the forest, he was amazed to hear the language of the animals, from the porcupine father talking to his babies to the yellow birds singing and praising the first rays of the sun. A black crow flew overhead. "I see a deer 200 paces to your right," the crow cawed. Quickly the hunter used this information and got his first prey easily. "Where is my reward? Where is my reward?" the crow cawed loudly. "What do you want?" replied the hunter. "Just your leftovers, only your leftovers," the crow answered as he flew away. Every day Tràng and Black Crow went hunting together. The crow was always content with the leftovers. But one day there were none to be found. The crow was upset and looked for the hunter. "You're such a liar," he crowed. "There were no leftovers for me for these past few days." "Liar! Liar!" Tràng swore to the crow that the leftovers were carefully left in the same place as usual. Nut the crow gave the hunter no peace. At last Tràng could stand the crow's accusations no longer. He shot an arrow into the air with the intent to scare away this angry creature. Suddenly the crow swooped low, picked up the arrow, and flew off, warning Tràng as he did so that he would have revenge. A couple of days later, Tràng was arrested and imprisoned. An arrow with his name had been found at the scene of a crime. Nobody believed he was innocent. The poor prisoner spent most of his time begging the mosquitoes not to bite him and the rats not to steal his food. One day, as he sat miserably in his cell, he heard voices from the ground. "Move! We need to move our food to a higher place. The flood will be coming in 3 days," an ant was calling to his troop. Tràng saw a colony of ants crawling on the walls, carrying food. Tràng immediately warned the guard about the upcoming flood and urged him to warn the king. The guard didn't believe the prisoner's warning, but he reported it to the king anyway. True to the prisoner's prediction, the flood damaged many parts of the kingdom, but the animals and their food were safe. Another time, the prisoner heard the rats stealing food from invaders waiting by the kingdom's border. He shared the news with the guard, who immediately passed it along to the king. Later, the invaders were defeated. Trang shared the animals' warnings with the king so often that the king ordered his release and made him his most respected advisor. Trang continued to protect the kingdom from floods, disasters, and invasions. The king was always eager to hear Trang talk to the animals and to share in their conversations. One day, at the king's request, they headed out to the sea for more discoveries. Not far from the shore, Trang heard a family of crabs urging each other to swim away as fast as they could to escape the powerful jaws of a baby shark. Then a school of sardines warned each other of an approaching sea turtle. Trang shared all these animal conversations with the king. As their boat moved a little farther, Trang was amused to see the starfishes dancing and singing silly tunes under the bright sun. It made him laugh so hard that the magic pearl slipped out of his mouth and fell to the bottom of the sea. In panic, he jumped off the boat and desperately searched the water for the magic pearl. For days, weeks, and months, the king sent his soldiers to help Trang wade in the water and shift the sand. Unfortunately, the pearl was never found. The king gave up and ordered his people to stop searching and return home to the kingdom, but the exhausted Trang continued to search for the magic pearl on his own. From that day on, Trang was never seen again, but the villagers saw thousands and thousands of tiny crabs on the beach, scurrying and burrowing in the sand in hopes of finding the magic pearl. Sadly, their efforts were ever in vain as incoming waves would come and wash their work away. As the saying goes, Trang pushed cartloads of sand to fill up the eastern sea, but all his efforts were ever in vain.